So you're trying to sell online in the Philippines? Well, you're looking at one of the most exciting e-commerce markets in the world, but also one of the most specific. Today, we're going to decode it. We're going to figure out exactly what makes the Filipino consumer click that buy button.
So what's the secret sauce? How do you actually win them over? Well, it goes way deeper than just having a cool product. If you want to succeed here, you have to tap into this really specific cultural mindset that's behind pretty much every single purchase. And believe it or not, that entire mindset, that whole philosophy, it really boils down to just one powerful word: Salit. Now, on the surface, it just means worth the money. But it's so much more than that. Think of it like the North Star for shoppers here. It guides literally every single decision. Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll dive deep into that sulit mindset. Then we'll talk deals, urgency, and FOMO. After that, we'll tackle how to build digital trust, super important. And finally, we'll get practical with the seamless shopping experience. All right, let's jump right in. Section 1, the sulit mindset. And here's the number one thing you gotta understand. Sulit does not just mean cheap. Not at all. It's all about that feeling. You know, the feeling that you're getting the absolute best, most incredible value for every single peso you spend? So how do you actually show that something is sulit? You got to make that value real, something they can see and feel. You know, you run a flash sale and boom, there's urgency. You do a buy one, take one bundle. That literally doubles the value in their minds. Or hey, throw in a genuinely useful freebie. And of course, the big one, free shipping. Every one of these things screams, hey, this is a great deal. This is worth it. Okay, so building on that idea of value, let's move into section 2. This is where we look at how deals, urgency, and everyone's favorite, FOMO, the fear of missing out, all work together to take that idea of a good deal and turn it into this powerful impulse to buy, like right now. It all starts with something super simple, a really powerful hook, right? Something like $1.99 only today. That one little word, only, plus the deadline, it completely reframes the price. It's not just a deal anymore. Suddenly, it's a window of opportunity, and that window is closing fast. Then you layer on some scarcity, limited stocks only. See, this isn't just about managing your inventory. This is a direct shot to our FOMO trigger. The customer's brain switches from, I kind of want that, to, oh no, I might not be able to get that. And that, my friends, is way more powerful. And for the final knockout punch, you hit them with the hard deadline, promo until midnight. So when you combine that special price, the limited stock, and that ticking clock, you've basically created the perfect storm of urgency. It completely bypasses all that hesitation and just pushes for an immediate decision. And all of this whole whirlwind of urgency, leads to this amazing phenomenon that's captured in another brilliant local term, budol. We've all been there, right? It's that impulse buy you make, probably because you saw it on social media. A budol find is that incredible thing you had no idea you needed until you saw your favorite creator unboxing it on TikTok. It's spontaneous, it's fun, and it's driven almost entirely by social proof. But here's the thing. That impulse, that budol moment, it's fragile. To get someone to go from, ooh, I want that, to actually clicking confirm order, you need something else. And that something is digital trust. So that brings us right to section 3. How do you turn that little spark of curiosity into real, solid confidence? Okay, listen up, because this is key. In the Philippines, social proof isn't just a nice to have, it's a non-negotiable prerequisite. Shoppers here are like detectives. They will actively hunt down proof that your product is legit and that the quality is good. So your job is to make that investigation super easy for them. You gotta have those testimonials, those video reviews, even just simple screenshots of happy customers right there, front and center. And honestly, nothing, and I mean nothing, works better than feedback from a real, actual person. A simple, genuine comment like this one, it carries so much more weight than any perfectly polished marketing slogan you could ever write. Why? Because it feels like a recommendation from a friend, not an ad from some faceless company. That same authenticity has to come through in the language you use too. So you need to ditch the stuffy corporate speak and embrace Taglish, that natural, everyday mix of Tagalog and English. Using a friendly, personal tone is absolutely key. It's what transforms your brand from just another company into someone they feel like they know and can trust. So instead of some boring formal ad, you get something that sounds like a friend talking to you, right? It's direct, it's super relatable, and you know what? It just plain works. All right, we're on the home stretch, our final section, The seamless shopping experience. Think about it. You've done all the hard work. You've shown them the Sulit value. You've created urgency. You've earned their trust. The absolute last thing you want is to lose that sale right at the finish line because of a clunky or frustrating checkout. And these final hurdles are usually just simple logistics. On one side, you have the deal makers. Things like free shipping, offering cash on delivery, and getting back to questions super fast. These are what seal the deal. But on the other side, you've got the deal breakers. A surprise high shipping fee, no COD option, or slow customer service. Those are guaranteed ways to get an abandoned cart.
And speaking of payments, flexibility here is everything. Cash on delivery, or COD, is an absolute must-have, especially for new customers. It completely removes the risk for them and builds that initial trust. But you can't stop there. You've also got to cater to everyone who's digitally savvy with all the popular e-wallets and, of course, bank transfers. Bottom line, the more options you give them, the smoother it's going to be. And hey, let's not forget where these shoppers are living, on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. It's a visual world, so your presentation has to be on point. I'm talking crisp, clear photos, lifestyle shots that help them imagine using the product, and short, snappy videos. Your goal is to create content that stops the scroll and triggers that awesome boodle moment of discovery.
Okay, so let's wrap this all up. Let's put it all together. The whole winning strategy really boils down to 4 main pillars. First, you've got to deliver that undeniable Sulit value. Then you build a foundation of trust with social proof and by speaking their language. Next, you make the whole process of buying incredibly convenient. And finally, you wrap it all up in beautiful, eye-catching visuals. You nail these 4 things, you've got the formula.
So there you have it. That's the playbook, the master keys to connecting with the Filipino online shopper right now. But it does leave us with a really interesting question to think about, right? In a market that changes this quickly, what will Sulit look like tomorrow?